Hello, welcome to Tasting with Mike and Matt. I'm Mike Veach, and this is my partner in crime, Matt Kohorst.
Howdy.
And today we are doing the Stitzel-Weller Challenge Part 2, I guess you could say.
Part 2. Yeah.
You know, our first part, we had an old bottle of Stitzel-Weller from the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
But we drank all that bottle.
We did. And it was worth every drop.
Right.
So good. It was so good.
So now we've opened up a bottle of Old Fitzgerald 1849.
Mm-hmm.
With the 8-year age statement and the definitely with Stitzel-Weller distilled under the Van Winkles.
Right.
It's probably from 1982 or so, 81, 82, because it's got both the metric and the traditional amounts on it.
Okay.
On the bottle.
And that was a specific time
between
frame.
79 and 82.
Oh, so
is when the
short few years then, yeah. It's not like a 10-year gap or anything.
When they put both on.
10-year period.
You know, in 79 they started going to metric, but they put both. You know.
Was there a reason why they started doing it and then flopped out of it or whatever? Was it selling more like?
Well, they wanted to go to metric because the Europeans and the Asians and everybody else in the world went metric.
Yeah.
So they were going to go to metric, but they put both on there for a while to show people, you know, what you're getting.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah. So what we got here is the Old Fitzgerald 1849 versus last month's champion, the Jeptha Creed 6-year-old wheated, versus the Maker's Mark Cellar Age, which we talked about.
Yep.
Going to be our next challenge.
The new contender, yeah.
And I think it's going to be a very interesting challenge here.
So my bias in my head already says that the cellar aged is going to win, but that's not necessarily the truth, and I'm trying not to be biased.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard not to when you see them in front of you. I bet a blinder could.
The cellar age is awfully good.
It's really good stuff, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you know, we'll see. I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible.
So let's start off by refamiliarizing ourselves with the Old Fitzgerald 1849.
Okay.
8-year age statement, 90 proof. And a screw cap. Love a screw cap.
Yeah. Oh man.
And if somebody else has got a bottle of this 1849, it'd be interesting to hear, you know, if you've done the same challenge.
Yeah. Or just enjoy it as much as we have, or, you know. The nose is fantastic.
Is so good.
It just...
Rich caramel.
It's rich caramel.
Ripe apple, little hazelnut. Smoke.
I mean, that's the nose that, like, a Wheater's is a Wheater's, like, you think about.
Maybe just a hint of chocolate.
It's like a classic wheat nose.
Yeah.
It's great.
Sip. Oh.
And delivers almost exactly what the nose promises, you know.
Right.
It's got that nice caramel, that apple.
A little pepper.
A little pepper. All right, I'll take a little tiny sip.
Let's try it for cranberry, see what it does.
Oh, yeah. Get too excited.
Remember, we get to drink this 3 times before we go to move on.
I like it so much. It kind of maintains its caramel. But it gives it almost...
really enhanced the apple for me.
It did, yeah. And what I like about it, like, I get like almost like a coffee note. I got a little richer in the caramel. Which was like a little caramel coffee and a nice little...
I see what you're saying about the coffee, particularly on the finish.
Yeah. But the apple punches you right in the mid. And yeah, it just tastes great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cleanse our palates with a little water. little cramp, little pecan.
Little pecan.
See what those little extra tannins from the pecan does for it. Oh, it really brought out the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
A rich milk chocolate for me.
Mm-hmm. Milk chocolate. Still get a little bit of that apple.
Mm-hmm. And the caramel's still there.
Mm-hmm. And there's a nice nuttiness to it.
Mm-hmm. That hazelnut.
That hazelnut. That's what it is. It's that hazelnut. Yeah, it's so good. It's just so good.
Yeah.
The finish was a little lighter, but still there. It's still oaky.
But it's long. It's lighter
long.
but long.
It's lighter but long. So it stays with you, but it doesn't punch you so hard immediately.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It just kind of eases you into it and just kind of relaxes it and lets it flow through for.
I hate to think about when I worked at United Distillers and we got bottles of this given to us. I drank 3 or 4 bottles of this while I was there. And I hate to say it, but some of it I mix it with Coke.
Oh, really?
But you know what I always said? Bourbon and Coke is better than Coke straight.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, back then, how much would this bottle cost back then?
Oh, you could get it for $14.99.
Yeah. Gosh. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's cleanse our palate and try a little chocolate.
That one gives me like a nice spice to it. Like, yeah, it's a lot of caramel, chocolate, and then that spiciness is almost like a mix between like a citrusy cardamom and maybe
You know
a
what
little.
I'm getting a little anise. A little bit of that licorice flavor.
Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting.
Particularly on the finish.
Yeah.
With the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was thinking more like a red peppery thing, but yeah, like anise could wrap that all up into one almost. Yeah, that's really good. Let me try that again.
Yeah.
I could get that, yeah.
So let's set this aside for a second. Let's try the Jeptha Creed. Jeptha Creed won our Beat Out Wilderness Trail last.
Yeah, which was the
winner of the previous challenge.
Yeah.
Jeptha Creed makes good whiskey. There's no doubt about it. This is a 93 proof, 6-year-old wheat recipe bourbon.
Yeah, Jeptha Creed will release something that will surprise you. Because I remember, was it last year that we did a blind tasting?
It was 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? Okay. Gosh, we've tasted so much. And the Jeptha Creed, one I thought for sure, last place probably, compared to what it was up against.
Yeah. And it won Whiskey of the Month.
But then won Whiskey of the Month.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jeptha Creed's good, and I know it's good. But then sometimes it'll surprise you and beat out some pretty, like, heavy hitters, Yeah. It's quite poor. Immediately on the nose, it's harder. I'm not getting as much,
I'm getting a little corn.
Still has a good nose.
A little vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Is that cherry?
Yeah, something like a cherry or raspberry.
Yeah.
I'm going to warm mine up a little. See if it's
a good idea.
This is a thing that you can do is you warm your whiskey against your body,
Mm-hmm.
and it heats up the whiskey and it releases more gases and increases the nose. Yeah, I think it's definitely raspberry myself.
Mm-hmm. That kind of brought out more of the caramel note.
Yeah.
When we warmed it up.
A little bit of that.
Is there like a black pepper?
Yeah. I was going to say pepper, spice, black pepper. I'd go with that.
Okay.
And some oak.
Yeah.
Just take a sip.
It's delicious. Get like a nice... Get the caramel. Maybe a little hint of brown sugar tossed in there. Maybe a little molasses. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe a little molasses. It's a little richer.
Yeah.
What it lacks for me compared to the Old Fitz is the immediate like apple fruitiness. You know, it's more of a caramel bomb. I'm still getting like maybe like a plum. Maybe in there or something like a date, maybe.
Yeah, I would say date.
I'm trying to find what there's a
yeah,
fruit in there.
Date. There's a little bit of that caramel cherry date.
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah. Nice finish. I'm getting like a black peppery finish and some oak. Very good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Nothing to add.
Nothing bad about it. Yeah, nothing bad to say about it.
So
all right.
Let's try it with the pecan.
You're gonna start with the cran?
Oh yeah, cran. That's right. Getting ahead of myself.
All right. Now that brought out a lot of cherry for me.
Yeah. It also brought out a lot of that black pepper.
Yeah. Cherry and black pepper. Kind of tamed down the caramel a little bit, almost made it vanilla-esque.
But it's a rich vanilla.
Yeah.
Almost like a French vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. It's very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Very cool.
Now let's try out the pecan. Oh, definitely some raspberry on that.
Nice raspberry note. Yeah. Nice punch of caramel. That's
and the spice has become more of a cardamom, that little citrusy note of a cardamom.
that hits like closer to the Fitz with the pecan. I think those two match up pretty well together.
Actually, I think it might be a little bit better than the Fitz with the pecan.
Could be. Yeah, you might be right. Because I like that raspberry.
Yeah.
You know, I really like that raspberry in there. Yeah, it gives a little tart raspberry that I really enjoyed. Yeah, and a nice long finish. And that cardamom spice just kind of sits and lingers back there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good with the pecan. Very good.
Let's try the white chocolate.
Muted a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with it, with the chocolate.
Yeah. Spicy.
Yeah.
It still holds the spice pretty well. Maybe a little caramel, but everything's kind of subdued.
Right. Took the fruit out of it.
It really did, yeah. So, yeah, that one was a little disappointing. I think the pecan was amazing.
Right.
And it's really good and eat. So I don't know. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited to go side by side here now. Yeah.
And now what a lot of people have been waiting for.
Yeah.
The Maker's Mark Cellar Age, 2023.
All right. So this is the one that from 2 years ago.
Right.
Okay.
14% 11-year-old whiskey, 87% 12-year-old whiskey.
Okay.
And it's 115.7 proof.
Mm-hmm. And I just remember just absolutely falling in love with this stuff when it came out. Yeah.
Which, if I remember correctly, I think we liked the 2023 better than the 2024, so that's why I picked it.
I think so. In fact, I know so. Yeah. Because I remember it coming in maybe second for whiskey of the year, I think.
Yeah.
In 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of this do you have? Is that the last bottle?
Oh no, I got another bottle in there. So this is a cellar aged Maker's Mark. It's a barrel proof product. 110 barrel entry proof, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They've aged it for, I believe, 6 to 8 years. I forget. Did they say on the bottle?
I think they did.
Oh, 11 to 12 years.
11 to 12 years.
11 to 12 years. Yeah, that's what
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I read that out and I didn't even remember. Oh, it's a bitch getting old.
Well, when you're tasting 3 bottles.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
So. Oh. Rich caramel.
Yeah. That apple. I mean, it's very close to the Fitz, you know.
Well, it makes sense because Maker's Mark got their recipe from Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
And they got their yeast from Pappy Van Winkle.
So essentially they're making the same kind
of... Right, so they're making, and 110 barrel entry proof versus, Stitzel-Weller at that time was doing 107, but by the time this whiskey was made, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't higher than wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't 110 barrel entry proof.
Gotcha. Has just an amazing nose. Classic.
Yeah. Let's take a sip.
It really is just absolutely fantastic. What I love about it is it's combining that caramel and apple that you love with the Old Fitz, but it's also adding a really nice cinnamon note that I've enjoyed with the cellar age. That just kind of like, for me, this is like a fall sipper. I like that cinnamonness, and I like like to have like that kind of flavor, that cinnamon apple in like the fall,
Let's do something we haven't done before.
Okay.
Let's add a few drops of water to this to try to bring it down to closer to the 90 proof as the...
Okay. Sounds good.
Just a few drops.
Just a few drops. Just a touch. There we go. Okay.
Oh, it's very close to the Old Fitzgerald.
It really is. If you're doing a side-by-side match, I mean, this is almost spot on. Like, it's very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be hard put to tell which one's which. The cinnamon note might give it away.
Let's do a comparison. Still got some.
Yep.
I told you to save some.
Yep. It's a fun Saturday.
Oh, it's very close.
Mm-hmm.
A little more pepper in the
cellar.
In the cellar.
Dare I say that makes it maybe a little better? I don't know.
Well, you always like a spicy bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, I like a fruity bourbon.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the Old Fitzgerald better because I think the apple comes through better.
Definitely right on that. Yeah. And I'm on the fence. I'm starting to hear you on that. The fruitiness of things. So, you know, like I think as my palate matures a little bit, like I'm starting to pick out those fruits more and starting to enjoy those more.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this time around, I don't know. I might like that cinnamon this time around.
What, 5th year that we've been doing this now?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Do you feel like my palate has matured quite a bit?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. It started out like
I won't say matured, but changed.
It has changed, yeah. Yeah, mature is not the right word. Changed. Because however you enjoy whiskey is the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no wrong answer with whiskey.
Right.
A sip of water. And try this with a cranberry.
Cinnamon, caramel. Kind of took out the fruit a little bit.
Yeah.
But the cinnamon note's so good that
A lot of cinnamon.
I still love it. I still think
the Old Fitz beats it out with the cranberry.
definitely. I think so. I think you're right for sure. Mm-hmm. Because it kind of maintained it. Like it still maintained like more of a complexity. More of a complexity.
Whereas the Cellar Age is one-dimensional. It's cinnamon, little caramel, little apple, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. But the cinnamon note's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cinnamon apple pie.
Let's try some pecan. No, that's good.
It's fantastic.
Brought out the apple.
It's fantastic. Yeah. That
Brought
caramel.
out that pepper spice.
Mm-hmm.
Brought out the caramel. Brought out the oak. Very close to the Old Fitzgerald.
Very close. Just classic Wheater. Like Wheater on steroids. Just, everything's real bright. Like that, I feel like that cinnamon and that spice is just, bam, it just hits you,
Right.
Yeah. Almost too much, but not too much. Just right there. I really, I loved it with the pecan. I thought that was great. Wow, that was really good. All right. Try the chocolate.
Cleanse their palate.
It still kind of holds its own. A little subdued. A lot of caramel.
A lot of caramel.
Still a cinnamon. It's kind of maintains the same kind of flavor profile for me, just like in different ways. Like something takes over where something else kind of goes down a little bit, So like for me, it was like a lot of caramel in that one. Hint of cinnamon, a nice amount of oak,
I get caramel, apple,
The apple, yeah.
a hint of cinnamon, and oak. Mm-hmm. Close to the Stitzel-Weller? Not quite.
Not quite the Stitzel-Weller. A little hotter, too, than the Stitzel-Weller on that as well.
Yeah.
Well, quite a bit hotter, I think. I think that was a little hot, actually.
Let's cleanse your palate a little.
Are we going to do like all three of them?
Well, let's taste the Stitzel-Weller versus the... Oh, Stitzel-Weller is much better. A lot more caramel. Not that the Maker's Mark was bad.
It is close, but I agree with you. I think
close.
I think it's really close.
But I think the Stitzel-Weller is better.
I'm gonna do that. It is, because it's not so. It's not. It is better because I think because the Maker's Mark is a little hotter.
And I wonder if it was 90 proof like the Stitzel-Weller, if it wouldn't be better.
Could be. I don't think you can get away with that today.
Yeah.
You know, well, especially with the price point that you're gonna pay for a cellar age. You know, you're gonna want that proof to be higher. But yeah, I think it is. I think it is a little better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it mellows out the heat and allows for more flavors to come through and be pleasant. You know. But if I'm gonna pick a winner, I think cellar age.
Oh yeah, I think cellar age beats out the Jeptha Creed.
I think so. Yeah, and it should because of like what you said, like the mash bill's so very close to what you know.
So
yeah,
next month,
mm-hmm.
I have a Willet 8-year-old age statement, actually 10-year-old
Mm-hmm.
wheat recipe bourbon
Mm-hmm.
that we need to go against the cellar aged.
That's gonna be so much fun. That's gonna be an exciting challenge. Is that the one that we tasted the other day?
Yeah.
That might be
will
one of my
be
favorite
a
bottles
real
this year.
interesting challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. Yeah. So you don't want to miss that one for sure. This one, I mean, cellar age beats out Jeptha Creed. Jeptha Creed did a great job. Beat the Wilderness Trail, you know.
Beat the Wilderness Trail.
I mean, so you know.
But Maker's Mark, you got to hand it to it. I've always said, Maker's Mark, in their heyday, was making as good as whiskey as anything that came out of Stitzel-Weller.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this proves it.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah.
A little more age on Maker's Mark, and you've got Stitzel-Weller bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just fantastic stuff.
So it'll be very interesting to see how the Willet stands up to it.
I'm excited because when we tasted the Willet, I thought this is great.
Drew Cultivating designed this bourbon to taste like Stitzel-Weller bourbon.
Oh, well, there we go. And bring it on,
It's
right?
got a low barrel entry proof.
Mm-hmm. Mash bill's probably pretty similar, right?
Fairly similar.
All right. It's going to be a great knockout round there.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be a part of that one for sure. I'm going to grab the Old Fitz for the closeout. Yeah.
So, if you like this video, please hit subscribe, leave a comment, and always remember to drink responsibly.
All right.
So, Stitzel-Weller, Maker's Mark, you're doing a great job.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.